welcome to A Hop Through Time. I am your host, Puffums McGee, and in this episode of A Hop Through Time, we will be discussing classical Greece and its effects it has on our modern-day society. Shall we begin? The Greek play was the first of its kind and was an exciting event for the people of Greece. Their large outdoor amphitheaters could hold around 15,000 people at a time. And because at the time they didn't have microphones, actors had to wear extremely bright colored costumes and highly exaggerated clay masks with wide mouths so the actors could be heard and told apart. The play also had a chorus led by the choragus. The chorus's job was to not only provide music, but also to interact with the crowd and, depending on the play, make them feel for the characters or story. This act of talking to the crowd was common in tragedies and comedy. About halfway through the play, they would take an intermission to make a sacrifice to the god Dionysus, the god of wine and fertility. Today, in our modern-day plays, we use a lot of the same techniques as the Greeks did. Like in most plays today, a lot of characters will talk to the audience.
Clap your hands if you believe in fairies! I'm Peter Pan!
The concept of the modern-day play was all created thanks to the Greeks. Of course, there are a few things that are different nowadays. Like, for one, we don't make any sacrifices.
Why, it's greased lightning!
The Olympics, celebrated near the foot of Mount Olympus, and consisted of many different challenges such as foot races, wrestling, javelin throwing, and discus toss. The Greeks would celebrate this event in behalf of Zeus, the king of the gods, also to show off the amazing strength and agility of the human body. The only thing was that to show off the human body, the Olympian men competed naked. Today, many traditions of the ancient Greek customs still lives on, as many Olympians compete in foot races, javelin, and discus throws. Of course, we may have added a couple of new sports of our own. Today, we don't celebrate Zeus during the Olympics, and thankfully our Olympians are clothed. Greek architecture has a unique design that still lives on to this day. Take the Parthenon, for example. Its creative design almost makes the pillars seem freestanding, supporting the triangular roof. An interesting fact is that the pillars themselves are actually tilted inward, but still appear to be straight up, and inside is just as impressive as the outside. Inside the Parthenon stands a glorious and lifelike statue to the goddess Athena. The amazing thing about Greek art and sculptures are how realistic they are. Up until then, such advanced artwork had never been made. Today, many important buildings and structures such as the White House and even the Supreme Court resemble the Greek design of buildings and the lifelike statues. Philosophy was another amazing contribution to our world, founded by a Greek man named Socrates. Socrates was a great mind of his time and that had many students. He taught by asking questions rather than answering them. He urged his followers to question their world and not to be satisfied with nonsense. His beliefs eventually caught the attention of the Senate, who condemned him to death. Drinking the cup of hemlock poison, Socrates died for his beliefs. We know this because one of Socrates' most successful students recorded Socrates' teachings. We know this student as Plato. As was mentioned, Plato was Socrates' most successful student, and after the death of his master, Plato recorded his master's teachings as well as his own in a series of books, and soon opened the first ever academy. Not long after the academy's opening, a young man began studying under Plato's wise teachings. We know this man as Aristotle. Aristotle was Plato's most diligent student. He was said to want to learn the secrets of everything and eventually went on to be the teacher of the well-known Alexander the Great. Hello, student. Hello. Aristotle's teachings led to the founding of psychology, biology, and even physics. Because of these three men, science and many innovations have been inspired and even made a reality in this day and age. Their findings are helping us to better understand our universe. And finally, one of the most important contributions to our world, the founding of democracy, whom a wise statesman named Pericles laid the foundations for, and whom the Golden Age of Athens was named after. After the defeat of the Persian Empire, the city of Athens was in ruins, so a wise man named Pericles stepped forward and proposed they build a bigger and grander city like nothing the world had ever seen. But the Athenians, wondering who would rule over them, and also feared a corrupt king, decided to turn to the governmental practice of democracy. The citizens of Athens could then vote and choose for who they wanted to rule over them, but there were some restrictions. For instance, anyone who was a slave, a woman, or a foreigner were not allowed to vote or even become citizens.
Here in the USA and many other parts of the world now have democracy run their countries. Also, like the Greeks, we still have a Senate and 2 voted men helping to run everything. But unlike Greece, today, women can vote, we don't have slavery, and anyone can become a citizen.
As you can see, classical Greece has influenced our modern world strongly, and a lot of good has come from the astounding and innovative people of old. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that this helps with any report or something that requires you to know this stuff. Please like, subscribe, or simply skip this part of the video if you are not interested in the previous 2.